Hello Internet, I'm Daniel, the friendly pitch professor, and as you can see I'm in a car. Actually, I'm just heading off to a pitch training and I'll be working with a bunch of founders, which I really always love, totally. And the thing is, what I always kind of do is when I do pitch trainings, it's always good, it's always great and all technical setup and so on. But what I always look for is the personal story to it, the why, and it's interesting. A lot of founders always say, well, do you think it's important? Do you think it really matters? And that's an awkward thing to talk about, but yes, it does. And I think it's actually the most important thing. Something I always look for is, why are you doing what you do? And the thing is, it gives you something. It gives you credibility. It gives you credibility for the people buying your product, that they see, well, you actually have profound understanding for what you do, number one. And number two, what it also does, it gives investors an understanding that you're not in it for the money and for the quick wins, but you're actually there to dig deep and to go really far. You'll go the extra mile, no matter what people throw at you. So, if people ask me, is it important to mention it? Yes, it is really important. Now, the next thing probably you're thinking is, why are you doing this as a car? Why aren't you taking the time? There's also really an important rule, something I've learned over time is, done is a lot better than perfect. Meaning, don't wait for the perfect moment. I think it's a lot better to deliver what you want to deliver, rather than messing around and not doing it. So, done is better than perfect. I think one of the most important rules for founders and founders to be, and it also leads to no excuses. I think you will always have the couple of minutes to prepare. You will always have the couple of minutes of doing it. And again, don't always strive for 100%. 90% today is a lot better than 100% in 3 weeks' time. Especially if you're a dev or something, you'll probably know exactly what I mean there. A lot of them kind of get to 95% within a short period of time. For the last 5%, they always start messing about. So you get the idea. Done is a lot better than perfect, as you're probably going to notice while watching this video. Yes. But one more thing to edit to the whole thing of that was like oil, and I thought it was some dog droppings, as they sometimes do. So one more thing about the done is better than perfect, was that I don't mean that you don't prepare well because you're not interested in preparing well, or because you're bored or don't want to put the extra mile into it, but with that I rather mean that you may not always have the perfect time and the perfect setting to prepare everything ideally, but you'll still have to get the job done. So if the opportunity comes along, go for it. Don't let yourself get stopped by that. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm actually allowed to do this, so I hope I don't get run over by a car. So don't do this at home. But the next thing is also, very often, and the more you'll progress with your company, the less time you'll have to prepare. And very often, an opportunity will pop up really quickly, and you have the chance of going in and not being ideally prepared, or not doing it. And I'm always convinced, do it, go for it. So done is better than perfect, number one. Wow, this is steep. And number two, don't let yourself get stopped by these excuses. So go for it, don't worry about it. By the way, it's so funny getting this really weird look of people looking at me and going like, what the f is that guy doing? Running around filming himself. I would have never thought that's such a funny thing to do. By the way, if you're still thinking about the why, there's a great saying by a guy called Simon Sinek, and he says, people don't buy what you do, but they buy why you do it. So if you're interested in following up on that, check out his amazing TED Talk. It's really worthwhile. I think it's the most seen talk ever. So think about it. People don't buy what you do, but they buy it why you do it. Now I have to get into my training. See you, and bye-bye, and see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe, please. Cheers.